Three young girls from Ueno's elementary school, namely Yui Akamatsu, Saki Kai's, Sacchan, and Kotoha Aoyama, are part of a group called the Colors. This group has a specific mission, maintaining peace within their town. When their town faces a problem caused by a cat, resembling a panda, they learn about it from Saitou, a local policeman. With this knowledge, the Colors decide to capture the cat. Despite an extensive search, they are unsuccessful until they gather information from Daigorou Pops Kujiraoka, the manager of Well Factory, a general store. Pops informs them that the cat had stolen a pair of novelty glasses. Tracking the cat to their hideout, the Colors discover it and agree to take care of it, giving it the name Colonel Monochrome. Soon after, the girls playfully target Saitou using what appears to be a rocket launcher. Eventually, it becomes clear that the launcher is merely a toy they had previously bought from Whale Factory. Following these events, Pops assigns the Colors a task to decipher the code protecting his safe, rumored to hold a hidden treasure. The girls manage to crack the code by investigating beneath a mailbox that resembles a panda. Inside the safe, they find a food dish meant for Colonel Monochrome. While playing hide-and-seek, Sacchan and Kotoha separate from Yui, who faces difficulty in locating them. Sacchan assists Kotoha in gaining video game bonuses through Street Pass by making a stop at Ueno Station. Saitou gladly guides Sacchan and Kotoha to the Street Pass Plaza in Akihabara. However, Saitou later has to disclose the whereabouts of Sacchan and Kotoha to Yui. Shortly thereafter, the Colors come across closed alleyways within the Amyoko marketplace. They become intrigued by the reason for the closure and eventually uncover that the alleyways are wet with paint. In a subsequent development, Sacchan's mother, Sayori Kai's, gives the Colors some natto. While at a pond, the group seeks advice from Nanoka Nono Sasaki, a high school girl, on utilizing natto to maintain clean pond water. Nanoka holds the belief that the best way to aid nature is for humanity to cease to exist. This prompts the Colors to allow the pond water to remain dirty, as a means to prevent mankind from extinction. Sayori requests the Colors' assistance in selling the remaining unsold bananas from her business, Kai's Fruits. Through persuasive techniques, the Colors effectively sell the bananas to Pops, Nanoka, and even Saitou. Following this achievement, Sayori purchases cosplay outfits resembling fictional creatures called Chupacabras to reward the Colors, who then excitedly head to pester Saitou. At a later time, Pops assigns the Colors the task of disarming a bomb featuring a red wire and a blue wire. Guided by a clue indicating which wire to sever, the Colors head to the underground food street in search of a middle eye. Despite their unsuccessful search, they cross paths with Nanoka, who suggests that certain things can be visible yet invisible simultaneously. Eventually, the Colors decipher that the middle eye refers to the red-lettered street sign of the marketplace. They successfully resolve the situation and inform Pops with enthusiasm that their affection for the town is minimal. Yui informs Sacchan and Kotoha about her school's participation in a weekend parade. The Colors visit Nanoka's family bakery, Sasaki Bread, where Nanoka cautions them that her elder sister, Momoka Sasaki, intends to take over the bakery. Momoka's plan is to transform it into an onigiri shop after she graduates. However, despite Nanoka's unappetizing bread samples, the Colors relish the delicious onigiri samples prepared by Momoka. Shortly after, Yui gets ready for the parade alongside her friends Hirai and Daigorou, who are fellow students at Yumen Elementary School. While Sacchan and Kotoha observe from the sidelines, they witness Yui's Sansa dance performance during the parade. Later, the Colors participate in the summer festival at Yumen Elementary School. They all wear luminous star necklaces and then indulge in the culinary delights and entertainment. Following conversations between Hirai, Daigorou, and Yui, Sayori arrives to accompany the Colors on their way home. Unfortunately, Yui's star necklace loses its sparkle. Engaging with toys and games from an old box sent by Pops, the Colors involve Saitou in the amusement, albeit reluctantly. Following this, the Colors delve into Faithful Elephants, a poignant illustrated book recounting the plight of Ueno Zoo's elephants during World War II. The story narrates that, fearing air raids might rupture the animal enclosures, the zookeeper took the difficult decision to poison the lions, tigers, and bears through their food. Remarkably, the elephants detected the poison and, in an act of willpower, opted to abstain from eating, leading to their own demise. Motivated by the story, The Colors decide to visit Ueno Zoo, benefiting from complimentary admission to ensure the animals are receiving proper sustenance. Later, they enjoy a ride on the Ueno Zoo monorail, paying a nominal fee before making a stop at the petting zoo. Near the entrance, the Colors confidently observe the elephant's vitality and strength. Sacchan defies a sign prohibiting feeding by offering an apple to one of the elephants. While searching for edible blooms within the park, the Colors encounter Asiatic dayflowers, white clovers, and dandelions. Employing a pot to boil these edible flowers, the Colors realize that they emit an unpleasant odor and possess an unfavorable taste. Shortly thereafter, the Colors hold a meeting to recognize each other's weaknesses. Yui lacks the required dignity to assume leadership, Sacchan is overly optimistic, and despite her constant play, Kotoha struggles with video games. Later, the Colors come across a statue of the renowned samurai Saitou Takamori, humorously speculating that he might have been an undercover photographer. This leads them to persuade Pops to place Colonel Monochrome within a toy wagon to manipulate a camera. With the aspiration of being immortalized as statues themselves, the Colors capture photographs across the marketplace before rejoining Pops. Just as they head to pester Saitou, Pops arrives bearing the developed pictures, which include a spontaneous image of a choo-choo cabrilla, purportedly sighted within the marketplace. Subsequently, the Colors make their way home to abide by curfew. After school, Yui and Kotoha discuss Sacchan's incident of putting superglue on a unicycle seat. Yui then takes the chance to criticize Kotoha's lack of skill in a new video game she purchased 3 days earlier, just before Sacchan's arrival. In response to Sacchan's punishment, the Colors decide to clean up trash as a consequence. Following Saito's advice on being strategic, they smartly collect litter from a garbage can located in the park. Subsequently, Yui distributes candy to Sacchan and Kotoha. During their exploration of a strange odor in the park, the Colors end up gathering smelly yet edible ginkgo nuts. These nuts are playfully thrown at Saitou by the Colors. Later, the group gets dressed up for Halloween and initiates a zombie game in which Yui's role is to prevent Sacchan and Kotoha from turning the park into a zombie-filled area. Nanoka and her classmate Subaru agree to participate as zombies, and they successfully persuade others to join as well. Yui discovers the key to avoiding zombification and successfully defeats the boss zombie. Finally, the Colors embark on a trick or treating adventure, but amusingly forget to involve Saitou in their plans. Yui, Sacchan, and Kotoha assume the roles of a straight man, a funny man, and an enabler, although Yui isn't quite suited for her role. In search of a new member, the Colors go to the National Museum of Nature and Science for free admission. At the museum, they explore exhibits such as a massive rocket launcher model, a display of dinosaurs, and an exhibition of wild animals. Shortly after, the Colors encounter the museum curator, who shares intriguing facts about the Tyrannosaurus rex. Despite their desire to have the Tyrannosaurus rex as their straight man, they are unable to do so but make plans to revisit the museum in the future. Later, the Colors come across Subaru conducting a lottery raffle at Ueno Station. The grand prize is a vacation to Hawaii, and Subaru explains that they need to acquire 5 lottery tickets by making purchases in various stores to enter the drawing. The Colors pay a visit to Nanoka at Sasaki Bread and manage to convince her to generously provide them with 3 free lottery tickets. Upon returning to Ueno Station, they successfully persuade Momoka to trade her 2 lottery tickets for a bundle of pocket tissues. Unfortunately, the Colors' efforts only lead to winning more pocket tissues, securing the 5th prize. The Colors venture to a firearms store aiming to purchase a weapon armed with 3 coins they received on New Year's Day, each worth 500 Japanese yen. Unfortunately, the shop owner, recognizable by his afro, is unable to sell weapons to minors. Consequently, the Colors opt for an alternative and buy 3 walkie-talkies from Pops at Whale Factory. Shortly after, they pay a visit to the Hanazono Shrine, where they unexpectedly encounter Colonel Monochrome. Intrigued, the Colors trail behind Colonel Monochrome as he roams around town, during which Yui misplaces her hair tie. Their journey takes them from the shrine through the park, eventually leading back to their hideout. Here, Colonel Monochrome discovers Yui's lost hair tie. In a later instance, the Colors indulge in a tin of butter cookies. They decide to repurpose the tin into a time capsule, intending to fill it with assorted items to be opened in a decade. However, they encounter difficulties in locating a suitable landmark to bury the time capsule. Positioned in front of a tree within the park, Nanoka contributes her baby picture to the collection. Ultimately, the colors come to a consensus to entrust Pops with the safekeeping of the time capsule at Whale Factory. During a snowy day, the colors eventually opt to engage in a snowball battle with Saitou. Shortly afterward, Colonel Monochrome presents the colors with an Emma, which carries a message hinting at a disclosed secret. Suspecting that the author of the message might be privy to their hideout, the colors discreetly make their way to the temple, aiming to uncover potential clues. At the temple, they encounter the temple priest, whose concealed toupee is revealed by a sudden gust of wind. Later, the colors visit Kai's Fruits, where Sayuri informs them that her Lucky Cat statue was reportedly stolen a mere 3 hours earlier, accompanied by a note left behind by the thief. Adding complexity to the situation, Sacchan pledges to communicate only once until the case is resolved. Despite facing a dearth of leads, the colors soon realize that the note is coated in bread flour. Their investigation leads them to discover the missing Lucky Cat statue at Sasaki Bread, leading them to conclude that the perpetrator is none other than Nanoka. However, it turns out that the Lucky Cat statue actually belongs to Nanoka, and Sacchan had taken it earlier. During pollen season, Nanoka experiences hay fever, prompting the colors to attempt stopping her sneezing by tapping her, though their efforts prove fruitless. In quick succession, the colors contemplate seeking revenge by removing all the trees in the town, yet this plan also falls through. In a fortuitous encounter, Momoka informs them that Nanoka's allergic reaction is specific to Japanese cedar pollen. She asserts that Nanoka's hay fever might be more psychological since the park lacks Japanese cedar trees nearby. Subsequently, the colors engage in a game of hyper hide-and-seek, utilizing their walkie-talkies for communication. Yui encounters Pops near Whale Factory, who indicates that the walkie-talkies have a range of 30 meters. Passing by Kai's Fruits, Saitou relays that Sacchan and Kotoha are stationed at Ueno Station. After locating Kotoha, Yui joins forces with her to scour the town for Sacchan. Eventually, they come across Sacchan, sprawled on the pavement adorned in a choo-choo Cabrilla costume, a fact unbeknownst to Yui and Kotoha. Creating a video that showcases the town and its inhabitants, the colors feature individuals like Pops, Sayuri, Nanoka, Momoka, and Saitou. Subsequently, they embark on a mission related to the Koroke shop, but their journey takes a detour as they become captivated by a playground along the route. Moving forward in time, the advent of spring brings cherry blossoms into full bloom. Eager to earn money for purchasing mini cakes, the colors endeavor to vend strawberries from Kai's Fruits to parkgoers enjoying picnics. Their efforts culminate in the successful sale of the final strawberry pack to a solitary man, enabling the colors to savor their well-deserved mini cakes. Following this, they transport a futon to the park center, intending to relax while conducting surveillance.
I hope you liked the recap. If so, don't forget to subscribe and like it.